Hi, we're here with. And, one of the good things about being friends with Tom is I get invited to some great, cool things, and one of them is Jay Bartlett, who does Deliverances. He's out of Newport Beach. But when Tom invited me along, it was really interesting to see what Tom, or to hear what Tom saw there. Because Jay Bartlett, what he does is I call it an extreme deliverance, where he'll sometimes, well, usually bring the demon to surface and actually talk to the demon through the person. It's kind of mind-blowing. But during this whole process, Tom can see everything that's happening. So I'm going to turn it over to Tom. I've gone to a couple of them so far. Tom's been to several of these public deliverance sessions, as opposed to the private ones that Jay does. But during these public ones, Tom will be seeing everything that's happening in the spiritual realm. It just seems to be much more, well, Tom will tell you about it. Active. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So go ahead, Tom.
All right, I've been to like five things. There's a lot that's happened, so I'm just going to give you some of the highlights that come to mind. Sometimes it's funny. A lot of times when we go into these sessions, I'll see warrior angels stationed at the entrance and like around the room. Wow. And there's one time once where I could see the demons are trying to get into the room, and it's like in the spirit, I could see the door bulge. And literally, like, wow. Something was pushing on it, and the door would actually flex from the outside. Wow. And that the warrior angel had put his hands on the door to keep it, like they're stationed so that the demons that are in the room don't get any reinforcements from the outside. Okay. And I've got that sense that's exactly what's happening. And during this time once when that was occurring, I could see in the spirit that it was almost as though there was a light on the roof of the hotel. Like the way Jay does it is we meet at a hotel room, a conference room, and then basically people will manifest, and then he delivers them. So anyway, during this whole process, I literally could see there was like a light above in my mind's eye above the building, and this was like a searchlight, but it was a dark light, meaning the light was not bright like a light. Yeah. It was dark, but it was actually like shining up, and it was acting like a beacon.
Oh, for all the demons to come?
Yeah, it was like saying, all right, this is evil. We need help. Reinforcements needed. Wow. And I could see different demons were coming or trying to come to get into the room. Right. And I could see angels in my mind's eye. They were stationed all around the building. And I literally saw some hand-to-hand combat now where they would fight with these demons, and they were trying to physically get in the room. And it was really, really amazing to see that. And
it's some pretty powerful guardian angels around there, warrior angels.
Exactly. I mean, these warrior angels are big, they're beefy, they're powerful, and you can tell you don't want to get on the wrong side of them because they're, and they're intelligent. And actually, one thing about the whole demonic realm is that demons are very intelligent, and it's not.
Did you notice we're talking about demons and flies come around?
Yeah.
Butterflies and the hummingbirds went away, and now we get flies.
Is that a snake going by there? No, I'm just kidding. But it's remarkable, and there's a pastor, associate pastor that goes with Jay, and she sings. She has a wonderful voice, and she always sings. And when she was singing, I'd see her voice would come out, and it was almost like she was calling love and God into the room because it was golden light would emanate from her. Wow. And the light would fill the room, and I could tell it would reinforce the walls, reinforce the ceilings, and kind of push out evil. And sometimes during some of these services, or when we pray, I will see the warrior angels, like during the worship, the warrior angels, one time once I saw them get down on one knee, like they were praying reverence to God when she was singing. And another time, I think when she said Jesus, I think they bowed their heads. I've even seen her once when she was singing. I saw like she was wearing the shawl, like struck garment, and I could see in the spirit that it was like a shawl that rabbis wear, and there were symbols on it. So it's really amazing. A lot happens in the spirit realm that we're not aware of. I think sometimes the spirit realm may be as active in terms of there's as much going on in the spirit realm, as much or more than there is in the physical realm. We're just not aware of it, but it influences our realm. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things that Jay commands to keep the demon, to get the demon to confess more and to take more things on him. Like one is he puts some type of fire around the demon. Describe that.
Yeah, a lot of times
he sees all this stuff. It's just
Jay will command the demons to basically respond and like they, to get information, to get their name, to tell us what they've done. Because getting the name is really important. Because I think with the name you can force them, and he forces information out of them. And basically, a lot of times I've said, you've seen demons where he says, "Grab the cross," and then two angels are wrestling with this demon's hand, forcing it around the cross, and it's kind of like how these movies, the hands start to sizzle. And I'll see like Jesus' light, do it, and Jesus will appear, and light comes down, and basically these people get cooked, or the demon gets cooked from the light, or golden chains, and chains will wrap around the demons, and they'll constrict. Or I've seen he sometimes put up planes of fire, and the fire kind of encloses the demon. A lot of times I'll see these warrior angels with their pikes, and they'll go in there and stick the demons with these. The pike gets red hot, like a long spear, thin spear, like a real long one, and sticks it into them. Oh, and just like sometimes I've seen, what else? I don't remember that stuff. I've seen like a lot of times he'll send people to Jesus like soul ties, and there's another person that the person's formed an unhealthy soul tie, and he'll send the person to Jesus. And,
describe how some of these demons look.
Oh, okay.
That's a real good one.
All right. That's interesting. I remember one was a fear demon, and it appeared to me like it looked like an ape-like creature, but it had really long arms, had like an ape thing, but it wasn't as big as an ape would have been, like a gorilla would have been. Yeah. It had more like a humanoid type shape, but it was shaped like an ape, but not as huge as an ape. I've seen once they called I think it was called darkness or death, and it looked like an oil slick that had coalesced into a humanoid shape, and I could see general features of faces, but it was like an oil slick.
So like a handsome type thing.
Well, I guess it was, if you could imagine like oil sludge coalescing to form a general shape of a humanoid.
Right.
That was a creature.
Right.
I've seen one was like a queen demon. It had like this crown on its head, but it was a rusty, corroded crown with slime dropping down. I saw one demon once that kind of was really muscular, and I think it called itself Lucifer, although sometimes the demons, they may call themselves Lucifer, but it's not the Lucifer, but it's an honor for some demons to take his name, and they're usually higher up in the power structure, hierarchy. And it was like a bulky creature with horns and cloven hooves. It's something out of the movies, or maybe that's where the movies get their
So these
inspiration.
demons generally good looking or ugly, or how would you describe them?
Most of the time they're ugly. I did see a Jezebel demoness, and she looked like a seductive female. She was very pretty, but it was a coldness, a harshness about her. And I could tell it was real dark, but she was attractive in a moth to flame kind of way.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else have I seen from the looks of them? Humanoid shapes, look like a gorilla. And seeing this, I'll be telling you another story soon. This was a demon, like a 7 to 9 foot vulture-like creature that was perched on this sign, and it was big. I've seen that. I think what else they look like.
That's good. That's
okay.
a good one for this.
Good.
Thank you.
Right.